Oh, seven StarCitizen's ship review, Crusader Spirit C1. I call it the Lootenant, and we're gonna look into it, what you can do best with it, which is from my perspective, definitely VHRT Bounty hunting, picking out the mace and the slam you find in the big ships that you've taken down. This means you have up to 64 cargo space in the ship. If you fill it up with mace and sell it at crew L4, that's 5 million. In addition to the 17.5k bounty money you get, pretty worth doing. Let's look at the rest of the ship. You see it, it's an extremely sexy ship. All the spirits are sexy. The front turret, a gimbal turret you have in the front, where I put 2 panners on it, and I have 2 DRJ3 distortion guns gimbaled on the other thing. This loadout was recommended to me by Lemma. So thank you again, Lemma, much appreciating for your support on giving me inputs on this build. It's absolutely worth having because you have a lot easier time to soft test the targets that you want to take down, because you need to soft test them, otherwise too much of the cargo gets lost, and you want to have the cargo because you need the valuable cargo. As we go inside, you find the hatch. It's big, it's fast, it opens quickly. You have the modules just around the corner when you get in, and all the doors and all the things on this ship just opens quickly, so there is not this big waiting, moving in and out, and I really appreciate this. This is the loading area for the 62 cargo. 64 SU of cargo. You can put in more, but that's what they're actually offering. You have 2 beds, so you can bring a friend and be faster, because there is as well this Tractorbeam turret in the back of the ship to load the stuff. So technically you don't even need to leave the cockpit to fill your hangar, your cargo deck. It is quite challenging. Took me a bit of practice. You'll see it later in the video. It's not as easy, but you'll get there. It's, as everything in this game, it's practice. What I really love is the big windshield, so this big great view that you're having. One downside is that you only have 2 MFDs in front here. Yeah, I set them usually up with target and self, so I just need to remember where I actually put the power pip in shield, engine, or weapons, and that's of course relevant to remember. So you see, you have a good look up, you see when the hangars are fully up, and at the present moment in this patch, when you rip off the wings, you need to reclaim the ship. It's not repairing it, so we have this little issue with it. So fly out carefully, especially through the small hangars. Yeah, so this is about the ship itself. We look into the specs now of this ship, which are very decent for its size and for what it can, and I'm pretty happy about that. So it's 47.5 meter long, 10 meter in height, 64 SU cargo, 44 meter beam, and 14.25 tons mass. Its classification is transport size medium. Pledge price is $110. The fuel is 687,000, and quantum fuel is 3,750, which is a decent amount to put in a proper XL2 to fly these things. SCM speed is 154 meters per second, 0 to SCM is 1.77, SCM to 0 is 4.84 seconds, 0 to max is 12.8 seconds, so it's pretty decent speeding up. Max to 0, 35 seconds to fully get on a stand, got on a halt, so that will take a while to get there. You can have put quite some missiles onto this ship. I fly with dominators, other prefers the transponders, so it's really up to what rack you're putting on, MSD 481 or 422. I used 422 for the dominators. I like electromagnetics. Yeah, that's where to go. You got a couple of different ships skins for it that you can use. We'll actually have about 10. That's pretty good. Alright, so let's look how we roll with bounties. So what do you want to do? You want to level up to VHRT Bounties that you can pick up. Of course, you always have your call to arms for my mercenaries on you. The VHRT Bounties you get leveling up with the Bounty Hunters Guild. I'm Master Tracker there, so it's level 6 if you so want, and then you start to get the different permissions in the different fields. Every patch you need to redo those tracking permit licenses, which is quite a thing going back and forth through the system. And then I recommend you to focus on one planet, on one corporation first, and to build up your rank there. So you have the different levels of light targets, easy, medium, high targets, or very high targets. Of course, the ERTs, I could do ERTs as well, but ERTs with the Spirit, well, I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's definitely rough. So better go with the one you're having here. So you're seeing we're taking down the ships. This is a Caterpillar, so this is a really, really nice bounty I'm having here. A Caterpillar and 2 M2s, so that's a fat one. I mean, of course, I know the outcome, but this is a fat one. I'm not gonna bother you with the whole fight. Really important is take down one side of the shield, go for the back. With the Caterpillar, stay away from their turrets because they hit quite hard. Same with the M2, so there are certain angles you'll figure out where you can stand, and doing it, and make sure you shoot always from the same angle onto it. If your shields drop too low, go out and recharge them. I mean, do what makes sense. Don't take too long, obviously, otherwise the shields of those ships recharge again. So these are pretty much no-brainers if you have that. If you have more decent combat ships as enemies, there's different things to do, but here is your main job to stay at one position on one shield and make sure you stay in a dead spot of the turrets that are shooting at you. Okay, let's skip the scenes. I took down the 2 M2s and the Caterpillar. I scanned them, I looked where it's actually worth going for, and this is the one to go for. This has 30 SU of mace and 432 SU cargo boxes of slam in it. Slam 32 SU gives you about 430 something K AOAC. 32k of mace gives you 2.5 millions at Crusader L4. Of course, the breaker yards offer you a little bit less good prices, but they take more at one time. So you have a limited amount of cargo you can actually sell at Crew L4, and it takes about 15 or I don't know if it is 30 minutes till you can sell the next box. So more risk or more waiting, up to you. Okay, and you see me here pulling out the SU boxes of slam, basically cleaning up to see where is this maze box in it. I know there is maze in it because I scanned the ship. Before you do that, before I actually landed, so I know the ship. So how to scan? Press V for scanning. Not just the ping, open your scan mode. No, I think it's M. Depends what your loadout is. I have it on my stick, so I don't know what's on the keyboard anymore. I don't remember. And then you know what's inside, and then you check it. So you see my Tractorbeam, I'm a bit too far away, it doesn't work. So we go and have a shoot with the onboard Tractorbeam, which is a really fun tool to do. For doing this, you enter the co-pilot seat, and then we pull the stuff out with that tool. On the left hand side you find the power knob, it's a bit hidden. Power on of the tool, and then you actually deploy it, enter remote turret, and you're right back on your remote turret. So you set it up either with your mouse or with your sticks, that's up to you. I currently use the mouse, so left mouse clicks, you put it, click it on, with the Alt and the mouse wheel, you pull it towards you or away from you. It's left alt, by the way. With R, holding R and then moving your mouse, you pull it up and down and left and right the way you want it. And yeah, bringing it toward here is quite easy. And now I'm facing a couple of issues, and what you really don't want to have, you don't want to have any sparks in your ships, because sparks can explode your ship. So I got stuck here, so I couldn't move on. So what I did, just to avoid to blow up 2.5 millions plus my ship, I just got out of it and did it by hand. Assuming that far in the game you know how to use a tractor beam on your multi-tool, and I assume you are aware that this is really one of the most important tools to carry with you at any given time. A multi-tool with a tractor beam attachment. Of course you can always bring some other attachments as well, but I really recommend to take this one. Long thing short, there was just only slam in the thing, so at the end I just picked up another box of slam and put it in the ship. As I was already back here, I just did it via the multi-tool. Totally the same function here. Pressing R, you can spin and turn your cargo that you're actually carrying, and with the mouse wheel you pull it towards you or away from you. What can happen every now and then after you pull it towards you, that you walk really slowly afterwards, because the mouse wheel is as well here to speed up or slow down your pace of walking. Now, where to sell? I'm going with this load to crew L4, the shallow fields station. Less heat, less risk here, and as I have a small ship and not a big amount of cargo, which is the advantage of the C1 actually towards a C2, which I would usually, but you do the risky salvage mission, for example, you have a less big amount, because on crew L4 you can sell only every 30 minutes 50 SU of stolen cargo at the hidden kiosk. So that's why I go with the amount that I'm having right to this place, and so will sell this 32 SU of mace, and will receive about 2.5 millions for doing so. There are other places you can actually go for, which would be all the breaker yards. There is one on Daymar, there is one on Walla down in Arcorp, and in Hurston there is as well a breaker yard. I don't know the name of that one anymore, because I don't hang around a lot in Hurston, around Lorville and stuff. Too much crap on the planet, I don't like that. Yeah, make sure when you land that you don't rip off your wings. That's a real issue, because they're very tight fits into those stations, as you will just see in a sec. You see I use decouple to get in here to make it as smooth as possible. Landing as of storage, you all know we go up into the internal station elevators, go to a Galleria, and we need to get to the special kiosk, which is just on the left hand side. If you go through, this kiosk is in the locker area, so that's an interesting one. It used to be always 4 to 5 people standing here, but not anymore. And especially during free flight, many people do anyway other things. Okay, so then you pick and choose the ship you want to unload it from, and it tells you what you get. 32 SU of this, sell for 2.5 million. Fun, is it? Yes, that's what you can do with this ship. You just to be able to do the VHRT Bounty missions, and you will make a lot of money running solo. And of course, and again, this is not a game for solo player, but this is for you to start to get into it, understand how fun it can be. You make money, you do combat, you fly things, and you will get it to some points where you want to have friends around you, or find people that actually play the same way as you like to play, and you will find an org that is suiting you and that you're fun to play with. And actually there is a high chance to actually find these kind of people in StarCitizen. And now what you see, I can't sell my slam because there is the tick. It takes now, depending on when the last thing was sold here, between 2 and 1 or 30 minutes till I can sell again. So I'm gonna wait here and do some other stuff, and until then I can do that again. More to sell, bigger bulks to sell at the breaker yards for a slight less price, but as you can sell more at once, so you win your time through that. So that's a good idea to actually do it that way then instead of waiting here. But depending what you do, maybe you got some other stuff to do, clean your house or whatever, then it is definitely a way for this to do here as well. So thank you for watching this video. If it was helpful, please like and subscribe, and I see you in the Wars 07.